Okay, Navi on defense, Koi on attack.
The loss to Heretics was harsh.
Everyone's flaming everyone, cutting late into game. Got to punish over towards middle.
Exactly what they're looking for. Saying that though, Zipan looking to reaggress already with a
Steal? Bro, yeah, he's a bad influence on everyone. What's happened?
And what was looking a little bit rough for the side of Navi is quickly turned into a solid looking round.
Yeah, flash out of Artist, gets the swing, and although it doesn't work, Zipan's good for the trade. They have recovered the spike on the side of Koi, but it doesn't look like a change in direction is coming too quickly. Now with Jados still isolated, they'll fight for middle.
Yeah, that's why I'm owing. 4v3, they decide to go aggro.
And sure, there's
they got the advantage, they keep on going.
They've got the numbers advantage now, more guns in the
I mean,
fight.
the full process is they grouped up, decided to go hit a site, but
right back up again.
They didn't.
The effects, not too damning. The only thing at the moment is that the time is ticking, but look at the direction that Koi are currently taking this round, heading back towards that A site, which is currently left completely open, although it does seem like
Make the
Navi
stream
is
a bit
slowly
louder
starting
for
to
sure.
realize where this push is going to be coming in from. Peeking in towards mid, they'll have that rotation relatively quick, and I'll be honest, with Shower Live, they still have a chance.
Oh yeah, they always do.
Right here.
Angel there as well. I don't know why you would just discredit him like that, Tom, but
well, Regions I think has the best production. I would nick a lot of stuff from all of the regions, to be honest.
We'll see.
I think the best in-game stuff is EMEA. That's where I sit. I think the China broadcast has a lot of good stuff.
It's already been spotted, but now the players in elbow just cover his cross, and unless there's some accurate wall bangs coming through, which a few are landing and eventually taking him down. Problem is, there's too many players.
Hey, this was nice. Just the re-aggression in the 4v3 kind of let them down here a little bit over towards middle.
Almost doesn't win anything. Yeah, it's going to be 1-0, and this is the thing. Like, I think anybody looking at the beginning of this split at a NAVI 4-1, facing this week, and they went, oh, they've got Koi coming.
Yeah, I mean this original crunch over towards middle is sick, right? Little trap play, let them come close. Something that's really common with Astros, or like used to be really common with Astros.
Like, I don't know if the team that comes into the ring and I go, oh, they're about to knock out their opponent. I'm genuinely not sure. Like, it has been a real rough few weeks. And don't get me wrong, I think most people went,
Bro's taking off his hat, skin serious. Okay, they're allowed one death on this one. And go look at Navi here. We are buying too much into this. So
that was a team that everybody expected
might be some light armors.
And it hasn't happened. And Koi, well, they played the same team and beat them, so it does look like a change of tide. Also, you got Icebox coming out, which, as Bea said, they haven't played since March last year. Like, that's insane.
Yeah, well, maybe they've been working
on it since March last year. On Euro isn't overcooked? I mean, let's see how he looks.
Navi certainly needs some hope.
He's done it on Breeze before, right? It looks pretty good.
With a couple of upgraded pistols,
definitely can't op as much as he
that these players do run into the stack. Not really a full stack, but players were on B side waiting for the cascade. Now it's come through, but they're a little bit more fragmented. Harder to get those trades, and with the weapons
just waiting for the smoke,
out,
no one over peeking.
Favorable for Koi with the smoke down. They'll grab a plant for free. And it's going to be tough to find further value. The good thing is, with already dropping one of those
smoke
players,
heaven, so they don't want to go for a good plant.
And Grabinho needs to go
for the safe plant. So maybe a couple of them will go down here. I think they need to get some kills, because otherwise we're going to have some light armors. And this guy,
as always with Navi, expectations that they'll have a big attack side, and with a move to a double duelist, I think that expectation can sit. Shell's done well though. That's at least one kill, but anything more than that, it's going to be difficult. And with the retrieval of a weapon being caught,
get a gun out of them.
So
yeah, just one gun. Yeah, I'm going to keep an eye on the light armor, see if we should have been buying.
They're still going to come in with the rifles.
Yeah, one rifle dropped. Realistically, that's not the end of the world. It's an acceptable loss.
Even Liggy's belly button. Thank you for the gifted. Appreciate that. Why are you bringing her into it? What is this? Thank you so much, though, Steven.
There were no further losses. Yeah, well, I'm not sure what noise that was. Angel imitating a sheep, but you know, it sort of conveys how they feel about that round. Not great, not terrible. It's
Stinger. Maybe now, with the 3 people that bought the Sheriff having to buy light armor, you would have said then Outlaw should be getting bought here, but I like this as well. When you're playing against like a Euro or Chamber and stuff like that, even Jets, like this kind of area becomes way scarier over towards middle.
Definitely a bit
Angel.
to risk to go back through that smoke.
gotta not feel confident there when this guy's blocked off from the smoke.
With it being a domino effect, there seems to be a big thing with NAVI rounds at the moment is you find an advantage and then that advantage slips off a mistake. The double jump down, whoa, almost a chance.
Does that mean he could have got two here?
But it's only going to be the trade.
Run for the TP though.
A previous teammate in Shadow, maybe a vengeance match on the board here.
Jados did good.
He left this team quite a while ago, but an opportunity for him
Well,
to
game comes after this. Liquid
Cake
Up.
Yeah. A revenge
Didn't
match
be a
high
really
stakes.
big
We
game.
love to see it. Starzo, opportunity for the zone, but it's denied. Zipman's the one to find the kill and shut down any avenue towards the B site. Spike, you would think, is going to move towards A. It seemed like it a moment ago. We saw Shadow move into the vents near the ropes, and well, they would have had the site open, barring the Cypher traps. Instead,
Liquid
they've
have a chance
chosen
of
to go
playing
the
them.
other direction. You understand why? A pump
beating
fake
them?
with one player
I
having
mean,
already fallen.
their Haven's not good.
Maybe they rotate to A,
Liquid have to
thinking
look
you're going
better
there.
than last
Unfortunately,
week.
we can see that's not the case. A big battle awaiting Shadow and Jados as they make their way to the site.
And we've been looking at
they do not know about Sugetsu, and that, well, it's not even the damning factor of the round. The Spike being dropped is Jados, 5 HP, 6 seconds, and knowledge of where Zipan is. He needs to find this kill.
Big swing, 1 second, 1 second, 1 second.
It's a narrow margin, and he's got
Oh my god, wait, how close was that? Wait, how close was that? I was looking at the timer. There was like no time. He actually got it.
I'm speechless. That has to be.
I'm speechless. I didn't think there was time.
Well, since Fnatic versus Mech.
I wonder what that dude. This in slow mo with the timer here must be mental.
I just need a slowdown of what the clock was on. It
Yeah.
was below 1. It was definitely below 1.
It was way
But
below
for him to
1.
even make this remotely possible, it's just absurd.
Yeah, we needed a timer.
Jados has had a resurgence. There's been no doubt about that. But
That was insane.
That has to be one of the best rounds he's won so far.
You were looking at it, it was
Tom,
0.25
to
at least.
That round from a commentary perspective was once it went to 1 second. Look at the scoreboard, because that's all that mattered anymore. It was so damn close.
Bonus.
But he got it across the line.
And now Koi
the patience.
have a good chance to get money good, get the ults online fast. Saying that Sion's going to have his ult.
I can't imagine poor Jados down there, but well, cool under pressure, evidently.
Clip it, yeah, chat. Someone clip it. We'll slow mo.
Phenomenal start to this map, and NAVI. Look,
we got the technology here. We can do it.
It's not just the fact that this was a 3 versus 1 time-based. They had it won. They gave it away. Now they're left with pistols as a result of that. So you feel it not just in your emotions in the moment, but for the next few minutes as you stand with a pistol waiting for an armada of rifles to rush around the corner. And it will be Angel that's likely to face that battle.
0-0-0.
It's one of those rounds you'll look back on and go, well,
it's on 0-0-0. Wait, really?
Hiding. It's already done. Well, there wasn't even enough time. You don't expect
dude,
Jados
why is
to
my
pull
big
off
toe
something
subbing?
like
What's
that.
going on here? Thank you for the 3 months.
Maybe that was the downfall. 35 seconds left.
Cat,
That clock
stop
definitely starting
changing
to
your
tick.
Twitch
You can already see
It's out of
the
control.
attack inside are making their way in. Angel's done well. First kill. And actually, Jados has found another. They're definitely making this one a little bit more awkward than might be expected. Jados got to be careful. He's only on 38 HP, but
Does he need to be careful? The guy's a
5
monster.
HP in the last round, 38 in this one, and hey,
Okay, chat, we've got no replay for this one. You're probably going to get flashbang. Watch out.
They could have lost a hell of a lot
Oh
more.
my god, you guys
That's
got
gotta suck. There's a moment there where I think Jados realizes if I had a flash, if he just invested a couple of credits, and you get why he does it, saving up money for the operator, most likely it makes sense.
Look at the time.
Right here, though, that's the moment. If a flash comes out, you have that kill on Jados, and from there, the round might even be yours with the low HP on a couple of other players. But it wasn't there. Still, a good attempt at a round they shouldn't have had much to say in. They still had their voice heard. 4-0 though.
Oh my god.
Koi. It is getting scary, and the operator comes out onto Jados to try to course correct. He's been looking for some mid fights before with the gate
it's on 0.
It is in screens again, so you know he's out looking on the prowl and looking for some opportunities that aren't coming thanks to that prowler. They're suspicious of the mid play.
Get the VAR out. Bro, that's insane, isn't it?
That quickly. It's almost like somebody was waiting.
Never seen anything like that close.
It will be a bit of a nasty surprise, Jados being this far forward. The Boombot almost selling a ruse, but
it was 5 HP as well.
His window was closing.
And instead, that space will be given. The patience of Koi rewarded. Of course, for NAVI, it seems like they've had opportunities.
Okay, second buy for NAVI. Dude, I'm just out of it because of that round. Okay, second buy for NAVI. We got up, we got double ults. They didn't decide to do it something aggro. They got Jados set up over towards A on his own.
Going a little bit more
the 3-person B.
Better in some cases, but also just a bit more aggressive. For now, though,
NAVI, it'll be impressive for NAVI to lose this round. Straight up.
The space has slowly
They got
been taken,
Nade,
and I'm looking
they got
at that
Astra
rolling
Star,
thunder.
they got Camera, they got Trip, they got
Yeah, they know
Ult.
that A is clear. The Haunt was used early. That's why Angel's on site, ready to help out with 3
Wait.
players on B. Showstopper fired in the back. I thought it was good, but it's not caught the kill. In fact, not even a bit of
Not
damage.
again,
And caught in the
Angel.
open as Angel is rotate. Does absolutely nothing. He was here early, but he's gone early too. And this lurk out of Grabinho lost in the
get no
chaos.
kills.
A gap left
They're gonna
wide
get
open
no
and exploited.
kills.
This is
There's
perfect
no
play from
way.
Koi, but you
Oh
have
my
to
God,
say,
what happened
a
to
couple of
this
mistakes
team?
from NAVI as well that give over the
Doom Bros,
Andalusia
you're a miracle
flawless.
worker, man. I don't know what happened.
We've seen it multiple
And I don't know if they've all
times.
gone on
Angel's
strike
getting
for
caught
you
with utility in
getting
his hand so
kicked or
regularly
whatever,
that it is just
but it's
giving
insane.
3 kills over. I think we saw the same
But we've never
events
seen this much
when the
impact
team
from
were
like
pushing up, like,
a team changing a
just
player,
not ready
let alone
for
a
that
coach.
push to come through. And well, again, you're looking at this man Jados just running away with it. The
How are
guy's
they
9-2. Shadow, we talked about
how are they
it
so
being a grudge
disjointed
match
here?
versus his old FPX teammates. He's currently 8-2.
Why is one trying to leave
Some
the
of the
site,
players
one
that,
person trying to fight the
haven't
site when they
had,
got
I
3
would say,
there?
as much of a fall of
Where's
players
the
like
call?
Xiao are currently barely on the board.
Artis.
Yeah, they go for the K-Corp.
Player spotted, stunned up and not gunned up.
Yeah,
not fully.
can't
30
really
HP.
steal a strat that is
Jados
based around an
survived
Omen
by
flash
the
without
skin
an
on his
Omen.
teeth. They must have blocked the bullets. Unbelievable. Again, even territory in an round like this, Tom, that kill would have been so valuable. You've got pistols for the most part. You'd still have artists to work with, although they're wall banging. They're taking the shots in the open and thinning out the herd.
Grabinho.
Grabinho's
Bro,
still
that's nice
holding
from him.
strong.
Still not done though.
150 HP, but his
Yeah, Angel
teammates
must be
low.
very tempted to use his ult into this
done.
one. Honestly, with how the rounds are going, they need this round. I would use the ult into this. Ooh, use the ult now.
Might
Yeah,
help, but that
ult
nightfall
into Nade.
and with
Low
how
HP.
low that Jados actually is, there's going to be so much information. Just running into that corner though, Jados just seems invincible. Still
has
surviving,
no gun that
still
can
causing
spam.
issues. And I wouldn't be surprised
Oh
if he's
my
even going to
God.
close it out. This man has turned
And
on
then they
God
use the
mode
Fatal
for
into
the
it, the
rounds we've
Yoro
seen
ult.
so far. And Koi
They use
are
so
now
much.
6-0 in the lead.
Oh, keep in mind, he started that out by being stunned up in main,
Oh, yeah, he should've
pushed
been
down
dead.
by Yoru, who's artist. Both barrels fired at him. Lock,
Dude, I can't
stock,
believe they
but
tried
no
to
kill.
copy a
Unbelievable stuff from this man. I
that
mean,
makes me
the
worry
rounds
so
he's
much,
had
by the
so
way.
far,
The fact that they copied a
off the
strat that is
charts in
based
terms of
around
individual
using an
skill.
Omen
Maybe a
flash.
little bit of luck surviving the shots of the shorty, but
They're
even
missing
managed
a
to return the
gigantic
favor later
piece
on.
of the puzzle for that strat.
Wow.
Does that mean they're going to try a B hit?
6-0 start, Tom.
They're going to try the B hit,
Sometimes
but they
you're just
don't have
getting shut out, and
the
I think those are
reach stun or Omen flash
easy
again.
and not easy, right? You got to solve the problem of why you're being shut out, sure. But in a way, you can just say, hey, we didn't really play those rounds, right? That's not us. That's not the team we were in Prac and so on. Losing them out in big clutch plays like that, a guy surviving an ult and stun, then living late into the round to Viper's Pit and shorty someone and grab a 3rd kill. This is just
Jados,
devastating
12
for
to
the
2.
side of NAVI, and I think they're going to need some serious help in resetting the mental alone.
12 to 2.
Yeah, I think
We got the
1v3
third
was
Byron
definitely
coming in.
the worst
We
of the
got
bunch, like-
Actually,
2
I
people
wonder
that are
if I
about
could
to reach
request this, Andy,
9k.
maybe for the next timeout.
Yeah, maybe
If we
maybe
could
this
get
guy
a
should have bought
slow-mo
this
of
guy.
that,
but
but just zoomed
we're
in
not
on the
going to
clock.
nitpick the
I would love to
7
see like
well,
because
6-0
it
off.
looked like it was so close to 0. I was already going to give it away to NAVI, but I'm sure they had that in their head as well.
Yeah, Numi, I've
Close
told
to
it a
Koi.
couple of times.
We
Classic
know that
story.
even with victories in the last couple of games, qualifying is going to be difficult. I'm sure a head-to-head versus NAVI would definitely help that out. For NAVI, I think they win their last couple of games and they're qualified, but as of right
They're in
now,
a
that
call
is not
with
looking
Doom
like
Bros.
a likely
Dude, it would just be
scenario
Doom Bros
whatsoever.
because
A
he's
team
still in
that was
contract with
4-1
Navi,
up
so it'd just
coming
be
into
Doom Bros
split
just
two.
staying silent for the whole call. It would just me be going, Doom Bros,
Now,
you
well,
here? Tapping the mic and just silence.
up against
He's not
it.
allowed to speak.
Their map choice. The next map one, as said, they haven't played in over a year. There needs to be a response. And as said, they bring this back to 4-5 rounds, maybe on the attack. They can show us that old Navi goal. But the thing is, at this point, I don't know
you
if
guys
many,
are wrecked,
including
yeah.
myself, believe in that. Artist, he's going to start this off again. But how many
Okay,
advantages
here we go.
have Navi had in
They
these early
killed
rounds
the
because of him?
breach. They got an
Well,
Astra ult.
yeah,
They got a
there's
strong
been at least
setup.
3
We got
rounds
no
I can
map
think of
control
where Artis
really
is
for
finding
Koi
an
apart
opening
for upper
pick,
A and B main.
Well, to say they haven't won any is a pretty obvious statement.
Not
Let's see if we
even
can
full
double up
upper,
this
it's
time,
just
though.
ramp
A
control.
chance for more. There it is, connected.
Oh, here we
And
go.
They win this round.
His
Dry
third
peeking.
of the match
Double
so
dry
far,
peek.
and perhaps, yeah, finally resulting in Navi's win. I like the gate crash too. Quicker rotation to the B site, and it's going to be needed. Xiao's about to be challenged.
I mean, Xiao
I
gets
don't
the
think
kill.
he's long.
Oh, what a shot, man.
Yeah, swinging in. It's Angel that
They
swings
much
first.
better.
Xiao
They actually
after
really need a round where as
attention
many
span.
people as possible
One
stay alive.
versus 5 ace needed.
Definitely wasn't going to say all of them. Okay,
flawless,
this is
but
a good
pretty
round.
damn close.
Shout out to Ardis.
Navi
Koi,
finally make
going to
their
learn
way
from this
onto the
one.
board.
Probably,
Again,
now they
do
know the
think
ops in
that
play. Not
even
going to
though
be
we're
dry
being harsh
swinging
there,
in corners
they
like that. They
deserve
got
to have a round.
a lot of
I'm
utility
sure
needs.
we've seen so
for
far.
sure.
It's been a closer game than a 6-0 scoreline suggests. And now that they finally, I think also just getting off the marker, getting rolling. I think it could be similar with even getting a map.
Did
under
you
their
lie?
belt.
You said the Foot would win on Lotus. No, he had the VIP, but he wanted to ban Doombro, so now he's got the mod. He pretty much runs the stream.
As said, like
He can do what he
expectations
wants.
for them were, oh, they lost to Heretics, so they should have been at Shanghai. Coming back into the season, it hasn't looked like that at all.
Yeah, as well. Don't win a single map in your games, yeah. It's not going to look like you're deserving of that, but chance here for Koi. Extend up the scoreline. Showstopper's already used, and the opening pick doesn't go to it. It's Starzo.
Yeah, and we like this from Koi, right? They just learn from the round before. They just overuse Util. Make sure they don't have a chance to get opt on this one, not that the op is here. Just go for the set strat.
I see. There were 3 players that were close enough to be caught, but I guess one dodged. Either way, the info is there, the plant is in, and they're giving up space towards Heaven. That's the decoy just running out, not the players themselves yet to cross.
Good after plant positions at the moment. Dude,
Starzo's already
look
gone all the way
at
around.
Stark,
He's
so
low
low
HP.
HP, decides to go for the large. Yeah, he's got a kill here. And he can just stay alive now.
It's put a spanner in the
Ed
works.
doesn't even have to play.
Idea, whatever plan there was
He can just run
for
away,
the side
man.
of Navi,
Just
they
didn't
now
spawn
have
or
to
something.
think about a man being behind them.
Yeah,
a
this is
man
the
that
one.
they can't even clear. They're going to have to
Use
go
the
all the
Astro
way
ult
back
against them.
and try and go through their own divide. Ardis
It's
has
so
been able
sick.
to find one. Actually, Sugetsu's going to kill off Starzo, but it's the time. The time's already won it. That was all that was really needed from Starzo, was just be an irritation, just be an annoyance, and that's exactly what he's done.
Bragging about a new PC. Let's see if we can crash it.
To push them off that spike, you would just see
Spacer, thank you with the 9 months. Appreciate the prime.
That had to be retaken from going back to fight Starzo. It's too much. Wow. And again, losing rounds like that, it's got to sting. They're not even getting to execute their plan. Navi set up for a retake, and before the first foot can be put into place, you can start the dance. They've fallen over. There's a player behind them, and it's a disaster.
Crazy.
I feel like, especially with opening duels going their way, you know, Ard is popping off on that operator in one of the previous rounds.
Holy man.
We want to see a little bit more of that. Aggressive spot out of Ardis.
Yeah, he might break other people's PCs.
Gate crashing back and then resetting. They always seem to be picked apart after that. Oh, I love it. He laid it out, but only hits the leg.
I was going to say, surely he doesn't get another kill from this one.
For Angel, though he's hit the headshot anyway.
Okay, Navi in a solid position here. Sugetsu.
Once more, we'll see if they can convert it.
Yeah, and just a little bit of like hesitation from Koi here. Got the fade sending it into sight. Everyone else just chilling in lane.
Again, these advantages
Believe the Starkso went too early,
and a lot of the time these are the plays that starts them.
Went on board with it. And kind of disconnect.
Going through, but it might not be needed. Ardis picking up another. Xiao's on his way, containing them at the very least. Although it does look like Koi are suspicious of it.
Need to overstep
on his
here.
way back. Clearing out the spawn. 48 seconds. The thing is, if they start running.
Yeah, okay, here's a nice and early. Here's both as well.
Xiao knows what's going on. Look at the mass exodus away from the A site, and Xiao's rotating with them. A bit slower, but he's hearing that they're not going back. This isn't a fake.
He can hold mid as well. That's the thing, so they don't even have to
Even
worry.
lower the casters will boost me a little bit. Wait, did I overcook with the sound?
Stack onto this B site. It just
Let me
makes
turn
it
it down
impossible
slightly,
for them.
not too much.
Well, there is Ardis. They're going to probably be a little bit surprised. Okay, why are both players there waiting for us? But Xiao won that round just off the sound he had.
Yeah, and, well, let's be fair. Sugetsu's ultimate got him in that position. The neural theft showed them three.
They pretty much need every single round from now on.
That's what caused the big rotation to be in the first.
I don't know. I don't have too much faith in their attack.
Pushed up down into sewers and
in theory, their fast strat should be pretty good.
So an impactful neural theft. That's what I'm trying to say. Well done,
yeah, I'm thinking they need a 5.
And well done, Ardis, for finding the bodies.
Koi again, probably just going to send it into sight, right?
We've 6 right now.
Ever since they've got the op, they've just been relying on just grouping up, trying to hit sights
now.
now.
There's always been a little bit of a hiccup. It's 7-2, starting to look a bit more recoverable for Navi now. If they can fight their way up to 5, it's far from over. But let's see if Koi have another one of those big rounds. This time a bit more one-dimensional. Seems to be the full commitment to the A site. There's some traps there, but they're even being revealed on the way in, being destroyed. Haven't seen Sugetsu just yet. His timing is going to be everything when he decides to strike with Angel picking them.
Shout out to Shao's smoke here. Shao's smoke connects this and this together, gives you pure freedom to actually swing out a lot wider. Also gives you a lot of freedom to just push through heaven. That was really cool.
Get a little bit more aggressive, but Sugetsu,
that was nice. That was a lot down to Shao's smoke and everyone having a good understanding of the fact that they can just peek out now.
And while NAVI have got their third on the board, as I said, and you said as well, if they get to 5, I would be fine with a
Koi timeout here, to be honest.
I think you have to.
100%. Yeah, listen, I've learned my
I feel like they're just running into A a lot of the time now.
Doesn't sit high when they're only
can probably default a little bit. Yeah, this is a good timeout.
But yes, it gets you. I mean, I guess it only takes one good neural theft to kickstart your engine. You're right back into it. One good ult.
He needs to earn it back. That's why he's trying so hard now.
Yeah. Well, he's got a bit of a race. 3 more in 2 rounds. It's a timeout coming out of Movistar Koi, and you can understand why. They had complete control of the game, 6-0, 7-1 even, and then we're seeing that momentum switch over. And for NAVI, like we said, they push up to 5. It's a different game. So now's the time
Prime, thanks for the 5 months,
the lead that they earned early on isn't thrown away for nothing. I mean, a big factor
Getsu not wearing his jersey?
The part that's hard to repeat is a player like Jados stepping up in so many rounds. You can't expect him to be the Goliath all game long.
I think as well for the side of Koi, if they can win this map, they go into a map that they're currently on a 3-win streak, beating GX, Vitality, and Carmine Corp, so all solid teams, and a map that the Icebox that has not been played for a year. So you're looking at this and going, if we win this, 2-0 is like on the cards, unless NAVI have come out with something that is going to beat us, which they're, if you're a team and you believe that,
it has off. Oh, is that the
But realistically, they're going to sit there and go, okay,
is that the match that is like based on him, right?
We may not even need Sunset.
They collab together, also, right? Him and NAVI.
That
makes a lot of sense.
With either way. And to be honest, Icebox and Sunset
Gracie,
maps I
thank you for that. Thank you for the 3 months.
Koi, and I didn't think they'd get both.
Thank you so much, dude. Appreciate that.
Strong position in the veto. Strong position on the first map as well. But it can still strengthen.
Like the timeout, we stopped at the kind of like the fast strats over towards A. And in theory, this comp shouldn't be able to hold middle that well, but
this time Zipman much more passive. He gets 1 and 2.
Whoa, that was nice from Jados. So ready. Pretty sure Angel used some util, so he knew this where the peak was going to come from. Also had the smoke towards his left, so didn't have to worry about that. Great shots.
Still there for Grabinho as well.
Did they lose?
Still very much recoverable.
Entry and the info.
It's almost a game of chicken between Artis and Grabinho.
Artis eventually has to worry about this in like
he's gonna go pushing, gotta be careful, and because of
and the reason that he's pushing here is because he's worried about the push over towards site. Someone could have dropped down rope silent, they could be walking behind him, and he doesn't want to get shot, just not even expecting it. So he wants to get aggro, try and clear some information, so he can at least maybe take a shot, then go back and take a shot, or he at least kind of clears one bit of the area. And honestly, they played this well.
Means at least that they can sort of start committing in this direction.
As soon as 3-3 happens, they know that the defense is split up, they know the info's not going to be perfect, so they're waiting for a reaction.
Well, he's got the first, I'll give him that. The rotation's on the way. Gravwell going to be used to try to deny this plant as well. It has done so for the moment, and it's just about started. That was down to the wire, but I think he's got it just by the skin of his teeth.
Another round for Koi when it comes down to 0.0 something.
Looking for the fight around the back. Jados is going with it. It's a big swing, and the trade is found. Jados with another clutch opportunity. A snake bite already thrown in. His position not quite known. The problem for him is that plant spot. He's going to have to run his way towards that site, potentially, or risk it being stuck right under his nose. Already, Xiao is bringing it to half, sticking it, but now he's off of it at just the right time there. It's being tapped again. Jados now has to go. He has to suspect that it's being stuck. The shot's stolen!
No way,
eventually, he finds his mark. Another clutch
Jados has been unbelievable.
This man seems to be unstoppable.
How many clutches has he got? It's at least the second one, but I feel like him just fragging out, winning, I feel like he's won 4 rounds on his own. Maybe not on his own, but he's had insane impact on the 4.
Like, it wasn't the role he was necessarily known for. Like, we'd seen him on an initiator quite a bit in the past. But this split, he's honestly been fantastic. Like, playing the Cypher as well, I think he's been sublime. But this map in particular, he's going to be enemy number 1 for NAVI fans because he has ruined this map for them.
There's a world where if you put Jados in a worse position. A couple of shots that take a second longer to hit. NAVI are probably maybe even leading this match.
It's possible.
But instead, they found themselves in another rugged spot. Showstopper online for Zipban. 3 ults, in fact, available. And I think for that defensive side, you're going to see a much more passive, seeing a much more passive setup than some of the previous rounds as a result of that. They want to be able to use these ults reactionarily. When Koi put their utility out, when they use their paranoia.
This should be another one of those rounds where Navi should be so fine here. But last time I said this, they didn't get a kill.
Already. Rifle's going to be used. Grabinho has got quite a bit further than maybe expected. Manages to find the kill onto Sugetsu. Pop flashes from Jados. He's trying to make this as awkward as possible. Set up his teammate, but it hasn't worked. Xiao's gone down. Angel's gone down. Showstopper gets nothing, and now Jados might be caught. He's still got an operator. Not the gun you'd want, but still a winnable position. I'd say that, maybe not. They're all falling. Every single member left onto Jados. He was meant to be the distraction, not the clutch player. And Koi are going to take their 9th round. A stellar attack side on their opponent's map choice. And it's looking more of the same from Navi.
It's better just to not speak on that one.
We learned before that the attack side of Navi can't be discounted, but this is a big challenge for them. The way this game is going, it's not just down to their rock beating their scissors and so on. It is a game of individuals coming out swinging in moments when it just doesn't seem like Navi.
I need someone. I need some help. I need steel casting or something.
Closing out the rounds is a problem.
I can't say anything.
The opening duels wasn't necessarily. I'm not sure
I'd
what the
get banned
stats
on my
will
own
look like
stream.
after the game, but certainly the feeling of some of those early fights was even if an opening duel goes to Koi, a lot of the time it's traded out.
Joe, and thank you for the 23 months.
Pistol round, even as an example, you lose Jados, immediately there's a double trade back. It's an opening duel for Koi,
See,
but not
that's just laughing. Bro, what was that, man?
That's the most
oh
impressive part
my
about
god.
this. They're not winning it the easy way a lot of the time.
That's insane. Bro, we've had 2 rounds where we've had 4 people over towards B. They have multiple ults and they still can't hold the site. We go for a Yoru ult midway through when they're X-secking, so you can't actually have your gun out and help anyone. And then your Raze ult with perfect info doesn't hit.
The wraparound from Grabinho, but the shot's just not connected. He had a chance, and the trade's again there. It's left down to the 1 versus 1. I feel like every single one of these have gone in the direction of Koi. Starzo versus Sugetsu.
They saw his head.
Doubtful of the position.
Pretty sure Starzo saw his head, right?
Wants to try and take this fight to a completely different angle. But Starzo's not just going to sit there. Low on HP, he has to try and find a spot that works for him. And honestly, with where he's currently sitting, this might just be
before he gets to this angle and tucks back in.
Spot to play from. Sugetsu has to try and check this cross, and he's looked away at the wrong second.
No way, Starzo got the information and Sugetsu didn't.
And this one's in the
it's done, it's wrapped up.
What an upsetting way to lose it, Tom. You see that read, though, from Starzo. It was so nice being on board with him during that. He's counting it down, knowing roughly where that player is, suspecting, well, if he hasn't peeked by now, he's got to be doing something funky. Repositions, and then even the timing on the swing towards spawn. Look at that. He caught the cape, just barely making its way around the long jacket, giving Cypher away this time. Unlucky. But that has been the story of this map so far. And if you're Navi, you really wanted that pistol to bounce back. They've not invested. It's not a now or never situation for the attackers. Instead, they take a couple of pistols, 2 sheriffs. Literally a couple this time. While Koi, they're set up to win this round. The question is, how costly is it going to be?
There.
Well, knowing Navi, this round will probably be close. And then they'll lose it to a clutch.
It'll be Jados on 61 HP.
What the?
Story of the game so far, but with 2 sheriffs, you...
Go on, man.
There you go. There's the first. Come on. Go on, let's do it. Let's do it. Get a second kill. Why not? Give the Navi fans some hope.
Low HP, then
it
trying
feels
to
like
think
such
too
a
mental.
bleak outlook at this stage where you're looking at their health, they've got a few low players. Can they finally win one of these rounds?
Flanks protected at least. For the Navi players on site, they just need to look forward. Xiao tucked in the corner, Bulldog in hand, good chance to do a lot of damage.
Yeah, they're pretty on top with someone's in this corner.
And that's the idea. Artist is trying
What,
to
nade left,
with the classic.
spear right,
Very patient on the side of Koi.
smoke, wall up.
Covering your base with Fabinho. There's the swing, and it's Xiao grabbing the double.
Wow, okay,
Jados
nicely
is
done
even
from Xiao.
top.
Honestly,
That's
big
it.
shout out to
The
Angel. That
round's
shot was
won,
massive.
Shirley. Hey,
And
there it is.
maybe
I
there's a
was
chance
sort
for
of
them here.
half expecting Grabinho
This
to
was a
1v4
nice round.
it, but in the
Yeah,
end,
it was a lot
Navi
down
do
to
put the round on the board.
that
A
Angel shot, though.
godsend for them to be able to fight back. As we said, they didn't invest in that one. They didn't want to fight for it tooth and nail, but they still came out on top.
That's Angel leading the charge. That is this play from Xiao that
How did
made
he
the
stun
big
this?
difference. An angle not quite cleared
Did
in
he,
some sheriff shots.
he went to stun Hell, but he did it from here?
For Koi, well, that
You
could have
should
been the
always do it
final
from
nail
there,
in the
right?
coffin.
Yeah,
The
especially when you
unfortunate
know
thing
this
as
guy's
well
here,
is
you'll
we've
get
seen
double.
Navi have, at least last split, some incredible comebacks. And I hate to say it, but we've also seen Koi have some incredible chokes. So,
Unless they
It's
thought
not
someone was
11-3
closer,
comp,
but
so
classic maybe.
I wouldn't worry.
I mean, it should have been 11-3.
Should have been, shouldn't it? Oh no. I see where you're going with that one. I like the outlaw usage from Sugetsu. Big round for it as well. After destroying them in
Clean
the
round
previous,
here
there's
would be
no
great.
shields
Shadow has a
on any
lot
these
of money,
players.
so if they want to get an
How he
op out,
gets
they
them
can
to
definitely
Jados
do
just
that.
leaves. He just TPs to the other side of the map.
Yeah.
He's like,
You got this.
You're right. I'm not going to stay and help.
There's two left. You got two
A
barrels.
lot of potential
Don't worry
if
about it.
they can win the
You have
next
to
round.
no-scope them because you're stunned, but other than that,
Okay,
it's fine.
great
Commander
round.
Luthia flawless.
But one armor rebuy.
Still,
Tell me
a
Artist doesn't
five-round
rebuy
gap.
armor here.
Koi
Okay, keep an
firmly
eye
in
on
the
him.
driver's seat, and of course, rifles will now be coming up. And in fact, they've gone almost immediately in for the operator. Camo's not, I'll be honest, he's not having the best of games. Currently the bottom fragger in the entire server, which, when you consider the scoreline, is kind of nuts. We'll see if that operator can down me the difference maker.
Okay, Artist is
Considering
good,
his
no armor rebuy.
position, you know, a long time
that.
ago when it came to split.
All right, Giant
We've seen
round.
Jet players back
Obviously,
in the beta days after
wait,
the
buy
beta,
after.
just shortly after release.
Navi,
You'd see
loads
these
of money.
Jets come in and they'd get like 20 kills in one half and none in the next, or like 3.
Yeah, he saw
You're
his
just first
arm.
guy in. You're taking the
Saw his
brunt
arm
of
as
the
he tried to
damage
throw
time and time
the,
again, but now Camo has the opportunity on the defense
Yes,
to
the eye.
show that that was a role-based issue. And now he's ready to go.
When do
Decoy
we
sent
stop
down,
believing
gate crashed to
in
site,
Navi if they
has
win
the
this?
plant on the back of it, and they've not given the spike over to the Yoru. Instead, players are going to
Yeah,
come
if they
to
win
meet
this
him while
round, it's
Zipman
on.
covers up top. Nice, easy kill, and the
You're gonna have
fallback
so much
after.
money if they win this.
Navi have got the advantage, and they will have the plant in just a moment.
Smoke is gone. Aftershock will delay. Angel can't take those 2 hits, so it's going to give it a little bit more time.
They still got Omen Flash to retake this,
the
but you would
defenders to get
imagine
ready for this
Sugetsu wins
take.
this.
They're actually going to
Ooh,
go
saying that, not the
straight
best gun
towards
for it.
Sugetsu. That
Yeah, he just needs to
sniper
stay
in
alive.
position, but he's very low.
One of those where he
Battle
doesn't
pass
even
gives
need
you
to make a
powerful
play.
buff. Look at it. Little dolphin help. No, that's the wrong gun.
It almost worked.
It almost did. Not quite. And now he's down to the spams.
They're alive.
Xiao's tucked in the corner. Spraying away. Good to
What a
get
flash.
Corbinho, but the stun, the flash after is a little bit too much to deal with. Angel
No
on low
way,
HP
man.
quickly
Dude, Shadow's
traded
playing
out.
great as well.
And
He's getting a
Shadow has
lot
got
of double
himself the
kills.
double
Trades
and a
were good
round
here.
win for Koi, inching closer to victory. Now 11-5.
It's not bad for a bonus round, but when you look at the scoreline, it's not quite enough. That's when Navi kind of need to actually convert the advantages they have. That's the thing. You're looking at an early kill coming out from Zipan. Somewhat no man's land. I think they were a little too reliant on Sugetsu sort of holding onto the backlines.
So
When that
this
doesn't work,
was...
a lot of their positions are very
This was
exposed.
still a hell of a lot of
Koi do
damage
well,
done.
But again, it
So
does do a
even
lot
though
of damage.
it's 11-5, this could easily be a
Navi are going to come
7-1
back up, not only
if
with
they
the
win
buy,
this.
but also with Nightfall.
Jados 20-9. It's a sight to behold, this man on his old form. He is taking a bit of contact around middle. I thought for a moment we might have a fight on our hands between Jados and Angel. Utility's going to send him backwards. Stack up on A being questioned. There were 3 players here moments ago, but now we already see.
Yeah, might have pretty good timing on this one.
Camo was starting to leave. Shadow's gone in his stead.
Yeah,
He
so
might just be on his
Starkser
way
did a
back.
Prowler, cleared all
Pressure,
of
in
this,
fact,
wanting
on
to go
Camo to
aggro, at
show
least
up
try and
now.
break this
As the
camera.
players
They had
start to
someone
move through
underneath
this
the
choke
camera.
point, he's the only one that can stop
kill him
them.
as he
Shadow
tried to break it.
here in just a moment, perhaps to pop a flash to allow that peek. Instead,
man.
it's the straight up aim duel, and that's
Shot,
one that
man.
goes Angel's
Okay.
way both times.
Yeah, some nice shots in this round. Okay.
Just different rounds to different rounds. It's like they flip a coin whether they win or lose, and half
Yeah,
the
and
time
the
it
money's
seems
so
dominant.
out of
It's so
control
weird.
anyway You only need 2 rounds.
I'm
You
watching
just
this
save
NAVI
this.
team play. It's like from moment to moment. Like Angel's currently like the closest player in the server to catching up to Jados, and I'll be honest, he's had a lot of rounds where he's been caught with utility and almost thrown some of the positions. So definitely showing that the IGL can still be up there. It's when they could do this consistently, though. And right now, facing into Gruppinho.
Good shot.
He almost wiped out half of NAVI. Luckily for them, the
I
finances
mean, the damage
aren't
probably
too
won't
damaged
matter going
anyway.
into any of
They've
this
got
anyway,
2 players
because
with quite
to
a
break
bit
the
of
recon,
cash,
they're going to have to win 2 in a
isn't
row,
gonna
and
make
that's the
much
game
of a
done.
difference. And when you consider what it does to the economy of Koi, well, it may not make a difference at all.
Still pretty to look at. Just shredding them. But Angel here in these fights, yeah, that's where you are expecting.
Toast by Toast with the Prime. Thank you for the support, mate. Thank you for the 5 months.
Open fights against many players. They must have suspected that they had a gap, but they had timing. But
Yeah,
Navi
force them
left
down
2
to an
players
eco.
behind to deal
If
with
you're
those
Koi, you're kind of hoping
potential
that you can get this
heavy
one a little bit
retakes.
closer.
So
they have to use
it's
some of these ults, and then the
an
next buy round
unfortunate
is going to be
scenario
mental.
for
Absolutely
that
mental.
squad, but the lead
If
is
they don't
still
use any of their
locked in.
ults, we're going to have
5
8 of them.
rounds to the good for the side of Koi, and they'll take an eco, allowing their economy to reset. Looking for the victory a little bit further down the line.
Well, the good thing as well for them is that it's not like they've been periodically using ultimates. They are all building up at the same time. A few style points for Jados.
Okay, that's
And
one
he was
ult out.
hoping the player would
One ult
actually
out,
get
though.
hit by the Nightfall, and thus the sound wouldn't be given away. Didn't happen, but he still won the fight anyway. But that's the thing for Koi. Like, realistically, they'll probably have 2 chances to do it with pretty much all of their ultimates. The only problem they're going to have is that at least some of the more valuable ones are also going to be online for NAVI in the next round.
Yeah, that's it. The ult economy is going to come to a head. And from how these rounds are going, these last 2, could be
The only
Koi
person that should be
use
going for
those
this is
first.
Starkso wants to die, really.
Defense to fight their way back in.
Him dying
No.
here is better than
And these
going
guys
down
with
to the
pistols,
spike.
damage obviously is
Honestly,
always in
I think they
question.
all kind of want to die here. It doesn't matter.
It's not likely.
Like, it doesn't matter about econ anymore.
All
There we
you're
go.
really
We got a
looking
kill
for
and a death.
is
Right, that's
potentially to go
I was
down
worried
the
they're going
spike,
to try and
but
die to the
their
spike
choice
here, and
was
it's
to
like
try
they
to
all
drop
needed
more
to actually get the
rifles.
ult
Jados
points.
picking up a
This guy got
4K.
2. We got
We'll make sure
7
that
ults
doesn't
now
happen.
because he
At
used
least they got
Fatal.
the player who already had ult
Yeah,
online.
exactly. That's the one thing that's sort of a
The people farming on site
they
already had
do
ults,
need
so
the
it didn't matter
ultimate
too
ults
much.
because, as you can see, they now have all of their ults online. Like for Shadow, going down was important. I'm not sure if it was the same for Jados, but it means that they have everything. Now, a round like this, you've got the combination of a Nightfall Rolling Thunder Showstopper on defense.
Come on, let's go.
You should be winning that round, no matter what your opponent does.
8 of them. An extra ult that creeped in here.
Well, let's see if that's the case. I mean, Navi do have some reactions.
Okay.
Well, they're obviously not going to have Dimensional Drift because it's activated here by Jados. I'm thinking sort of going into the Viper's Pit and stuff like that. This
They're
helps
going
a
to
lot.
Ash
The
to
shoot
ult
me, shoot me
midway
attack. He
through,
didn't
so
see the
there's
player
an
backside.
area that he can go on?
He
Or...
did not see camo. That is a huge problem. If they actually believe the site to be clear, look, his back is turned. Oh, but the showstopper,
Whoa.
that should give it away. In fact, the gate crash was used just in
What?
time. Dodging the showstopper, it's a happy accident, I suppose.
Last player standing.
That might be the luckiest thing I've ever seen in this game. He used the showstopper, which gave him away, because obviously he probably thought that he's been seen. So he goes, okay, well now I'm going to get pushed, so I'll use the showstopper. The showstopper then actually reveals him, and at the last second, Jados TPs as he shoots at him,
that's kinda
and
sick.
Zipan kills him.
You know, the good thing about this as well is they didn't use...
Na'Vi things,
They only
man.
used one ult.
Na'Vi things.
I guess there's also a chance he didn't see the blue border around his screen because it depends on the path that Jados took, but he didn't
I mean,
see
he
him,
knew
right?
that he was
So
spawned because this
maybe
guy in the
even
smoke
then,
got seen.
he doesn't...
Like
he
behind the
knows he's
smoke.
hidden or doesn't realize he's hidden.
Yeah, I think
It's
it's
such a
literally that.
disaster.
I think Camo assumed because the ult was used that he was seen at some
Okay,
point.
last time
I
up for
think it
Koi's
would've been
coming in
more
here for
foolish
sure.
to assume you
Getting a little bit
weren't
too
seen.
Well, again,
close.
unless the blue border doesn't come up because it tells you when you're seen, right?
True.
How many
But I
ults
mean,
did
like,
Koi use?
in that moment when you've heard everything, you're focusing
Three?
on what everyone else is doing.
I can even see
What
your
was it,
power and stuff
Razor?
like that. You
Yeah.
never know. Jados
What else did they use?
trying to hold on tight, but there's too many players throwing his way. 11 rounds still for Koi. Navi just 3 behind. It is starting to get a little uncomfortable on that
Razor on
defensive
fade.
side, and again, they're
There's a
left in a
fade ult
position
here?
where economy doesn't go for that. That is
Oh,
again,
yeah, you're
just
right, there it is.
ridiculous. It's
Damn,
using
that's sick.
shit like
damn
pixel
Houdini out
perfect.
here.
And the fact that he fires it one way and then Zipan just comes swinging around the other
And
side
the
with
Fatal
blast
got
packs,
Shadow
that's
killed.
such a frustrating round.
They fade all from spawn, and then he sees that it's from spawn, so he spams the smoke.
That round could have gone wrong.
I also don't think Camo's got to kill this half so far.
No, as I said, he's been having a rough game. Like, even in the first half, I think he might have been like 6 and, I want to say 12, but maybe it was 11.
I think he was, yeah, 6 and 12, something like that.
And then it's like, yeah, so since then, it really hasn't been going any better. Obviously, when Jados is clutching every single round, things start to look a bit better than they were. But now that's stopped happening. On the defense, it's always more difficult. You're much more likely to get swarmed by a group. And so, yeah, things are starting to look a little bit more rough without those heroes. And on the other side of things, yeah, you're starting to see the value of this double duelist. What Jados and Zipan can do, take in the space. Sure, that round, I'll say, was just a teensy bit lucky, but they still would have, even if he'd got the kill on Jados, he would have been dead within a second anyway.
I feel like
I'll look one-shot everyone. We've got Razor.
After that one.
NAVI have done very good at winning these rounds back-to-back. First one, Jados. Second one, Euro. Just saving these.
Trapped in a corner.
Right, they've done really good at just not over-investing. Realizing this is like a long road back.
For Koi, this round will be tough. Sheriffs alongside the Stinger. Stacked up on mid, but that has not helped.
Angel's been fragging.
Angel's now 21 and 14. I think if you'd said at the beginning of this game, or the first half maybe, 20
months, man. Thank you very much, dude.
From Jados.
Thanks for the prime.
I'd have called you mad. The IGL's been stepping up. And as said, like you put this game into context for Koi, they lose, they are out. It's not, there's no more like, oh, there's like not point to, they're out. It's done. It's over. For NAVI, they win, and they win their last game. They're in playoffs after what has been a pretty horrible split too.
Pretty horrible.
Two very different stories here. Starzo is at least gonna take down one. Angel wants this. We're going on the hunt, maybe again, a little bit of an overextension.
A little bit. 4 versus 3 up against an Eco, pushing into Vent versus a Sheriff alone with no support, with no util leading the way. That might be
a slight... Stinger. Yeah, it's even worse.
Yeah, you got the Stinger in there. You know it's there. I mean, they heard him go
Koi
up top
gamble.
rope, but I think we all know you can get to the bottom of that rope pretty quickly and not make noise. Everyone except Hazen knows that.
Again, though. Wow. Unnecessary, but also 100%.
Did they hit the trip, Evan? Did they just clear A?
Nobody on this side of the map. Starzo is going to be able to retrieve
safe plant as well, so they got to stick over towards site.
Jados. No offense, lads, I would swap those.
Zipan using ult.
Sorry, Starzo, but he has had himself a clutch. He got 2 kills in this round, but he also did that with a Stinger. So
okay, Astro ult.
Give him that.
Astro ult gives him a little bit of space here.
Going to go down.
I don't know, with the Viper's Pit online for your enemy. They've got weaker weapons, now they can get up close. I don't know if I like this. See what the reaction is from Koi. Whether they even use the pit, it doesn't look like it. Jados is going around the side. He's just gone straight.
Yeah, they could have handled that better.
He hit the headshot, but the Stinger, unfortunately, not as lethal as the Vandal for those kind of fights. Not again! Oh, the blast!
There's no way. How would NAVI alive?
No!
How would NAVI surviving? There is no way that's what happens.
They can't win rounds like that.
There is no way.
They should have hit 12 like 6 times.
How are they still here?
How have NAVI won that round?
That's mental.
Blast pack from the grave. That, of all the ways to win that round, I did not see that one coming.
I'm not gonna lie, after he hit those shots, I was on the floor.
I can't believe it.
And I didn't realize he died to a blast pack.
Look
and
at
then
this.
I've looked at the screen.
Oh my god. Oh, that's the one! No! He ran into it! He ran into it, Tom! Oh, he's gonna kick himself. Is that where it's not quite a 1G. It's not, but it's beeping. You know, you can hear it go beep, 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 beep. It's saying don't come near me if you're low. That's rough. Okay, Coyer back on the horse. Artist is trying to take them straight back off of it. The lasso to take down the double in mid, and we're back to a 3 versus 3.
Dude, this is the most stacked game for the most mental rounds we've ever seen.
The fact that there wasn't a pause after that round for absolutely anybody to take
that was one of them.
Is a
the kill back a sight on 0-0-0-0-1 or whatever the hell it was. That was nuts.
Get him on the desk actually for a telestrator of that one. Let's have it run 3 times back to back so he can show you different perspectives. It'll be fantastic.
Yeah, this is nice from Koi though. Yeah, they clear all of this. They're gonna have a fast flank behind. They're up against the trip, and we have 1 CP. I also think Koi on that round, I would have handled it differently, but
that's the main thing. The main worry is the flank.
The reason why they lost.
Especially considering Grabinho does have both Shadow steps available.
He's got to be real tempted.
Opportunity
to
get
distract.
past that utility. He's trying to clear
TP
it.
over. As we can see, no one can see him. There is a camera
Far and
top
away.
right.
The problem is, they're going to know this spot could already be clear. And he's actually just going to break it. Not even going to risk it. Eventually spotted out by the cam.
I mean, they don't know that this is...
There's so many angles when you're trying to retake a site. They're going to clear. The close
Wait,
left
do
on
they?
the way back
Did he
into the
not
site.
just
You're
prowler
expecting
this?
somebody
Maybe
to be in the
didn't
corner,
reach.
maybe on the site itself. But no, all the players are back towards that screen area. It's peculiar, other than Xiao. And while they're spending all of this time,
they can't
the
retake this
flashes,
one. Done.
you got the pull
The
as
plan
well.
for heaven, right?
Everything is just delaying that clock a
Ooh,
little
hold
bit
up.
further.
Smoke on the
Navi
spike.
don't even need
Astrosuck
to
goes
take the
out.
fights. They have already won themselves this round. In theory, eventually they'll be there to kill him. I was a little bit worried that Gravino was just going to defuse. And
Jados can't buy.
I would have needed a defibrillator.
But they might just force into it.
Blast packs there, making sure 11 to 10. 1 round gap in between the two. This has been a rough
We're going to replay this again. Oh, dude, he thought he was going to get round the corner. It's so close to not being in range to do damage to him.
I do feel very bad for Gravino. He hits, you know, if he just dies in that fight, if he just dies, it's okay. But the fact that he wins the fight and then runs into a blast pack, he's never living that down.
Shadows, so I said, can't buy fully into it.
Unlucky,
Just
man.
gets the Bulldog, so it's not too bad on this one.
He's gonna cry every time he sees a raise on the other team, and this might be another round to give him reason. Showstopper online for Zipan. Rifles
Zipan's been
invested on the
holding
side of
this for a long time.
Again, they're gonna try to
And
put a
this
stop
might be the
to this
round
win
for
streak
it.
of NAVI. It has been ridiculous. The rounds that they've won in a row, the way they've won some of them. But none of that matters. All that matters is the numbers on the board, and for Koi, those numbers are getting too close for comfort.
65 HP now. He
Minute 10. I'm not gonna lie, I still quite haven't recovered yet.
Might just get plucked out in the air here.
That's got to be such a brutal thing to try and come back from. Spike down outside of B, some aggression on both sides of the map, in fact. A lot of control being taken by Koi. Sure, they've had to give up mid in the process, but deep A and deep B, it means there's going to be contact. There has to be at some
Koi
point.
have so much info right
It
now.
seems like they're somewhat spreading the net.
Fake
Well,
over towards
information of
B is
main
pretty
already gonna
good.
be
One
had.
prowler, but
And
as soon as
actually
they don't
that
try
might just pull
force in after
players
this
that
getting
little bit
info,
further back. And with the spike
Breach
going
can
through
heavy lean over
mid,
towards here.
there is
8i
actually an
gets
opportunity.
dodged
They
to
managed to
Faye.
bypass camo completely. It's the other players that will have
Okay,
that
that locks
problem.
on. Now the breach goes in.
30 seconds.
Really good info from Koi.
Well,
Oh,
he's in a lot of
dead.
trouble now on the blast back. He's somehow
Oh.
survived and taken Artist down.
And the breach will goes over
the
towards
Raze
heaven and
utility,
hits the
really
spike
the
here.
MVP
So
of
now
this
they
game on either
kinda...
side. The Boombot even doing some damage there.
What?
Shadows
How's he
grabbing
not
one.
avoided
What's
that?
going on?
Is he
Someone
stunned
shoot
and he
someone.
couldn't
It's
get
a
out?
shooter game. There we go. Sagetsu's grabbed it, but 10 seconds left. Spike needs to go to site, needs to bypass both of these players. Camo, the first one.
Unbelievable
Starzo
nade again
trading out, and now
towards
5
heaven.
seconds left. No time for Sagetsu, and certainly not the manpower. The round finally falls into the hands of Koi now on map point.
They got
12 to 10.
they got two
chances to
chances.
close
This,
this out.
this has been one of the most
Shadow.
mental
That was a
split
really big
games.
round from Shadow.
There,
Like,
it's
not only was he
stacked
able to
with just
delay the players looking to
insane
come out of the
rounds.
vent, but he drops, I think he drops one player using the aftershock, hits them with a rolling thunder with 20 seconds left.
First of all, the
and
fact
then
that
they're
Camo
just
got
having
out of
to
there
run
is
all the way
insane.
in onto the site.
Oh,
That's
he
just
thought he
solid
could
utility
survive back
usage
left. He was
from a
still
man that
stunned
we
from the
always
breach
give that
shot.
credit to. Somewhat underrated, I would say, in that regard. And while Navi, after a 5-round win streak and some sheer pandemonium, they're going to try and take themselves a pause. I'll be honest with you, Mitch. If this goes OT, Navi win. Like, I think that Koi have to close this here and now. So
Yeah, and they definitely kind of gotta. So
it's going to be
at
important.
least
As you
in
can
this
see, the
round, if you're a
coaches are
coach
very
here,
vocal in this moment.
you're looking at what happened, right? You took mid
lot being
control,
said,
and then you realized that
perhaps
someone
that
was
might have
aggro B. They got info with the prowler,
Look down
and then
on
they
the
realized that
stage.
something was aggro
He
over
is
towards A.
spitting bars.
This
So
cannot
unsurprising.
happen.
But there is a lot to be
Because
said, and
obviously
look,
once you
if
take
talk about
middle,
experience,
you never like
there is
5+ and hit from
experience
heaven,
on that coaching
unless you're
staff. But there's
2023
a lot
K-Corp.
more in the head of
So
Angel. That man has-
you,
he has seen some things,
once you get
let
early
me tell
information
you.
on one of the
And
sites,
that's
that's
where
where
he's
you know
locked
they're
up,
going.
Just in his head.
So they gotta,
He's
they
the
gotta
angel
put pressure on
his
B
shoulder.
main aiming.
Oh, there we go. Who's the devil?
Angel.
I see. I see. Mini Angel.
He talks to himself going, we should play Yoru everywhere. Like, make artists do it.
I
Make
should
him
play
do it.
Yoru.
Make him.
Well, 2 chances for Koi to close it out. It has been a heartbreaking scenario for them in a number of these rounds.
It's
but
been a
early
banging
on, they want to
game,
get
though.
aggressive. Stun is
It
being
has been a banging
lined
game
up,
to watch.
Was being lined up.
They got the
Taking his
showstopper.
time. After already hearing the boom bot, they're going to confirm it with the Prowler. Now the stun, now the showstopper. Time to take
Lovely
space.
TP out,
Time to
though.
claim it all, but not seeing
Oh.
anybody. Nice
Oh.
prediction. Xiao's stuck in the corner,
Yeah,
and
just
now he's
thought
down
someone
and
might
out.
be hiding here.
I
That's
thought
your
it was gonna be another
smokes.
case of Ardis TPing away.
And this was nice. Koi kind of
Smoke's gone already.
Koi kind of won the battle here, right? They're talking about the same thing that I'm talking about. The fact that we've had double over towards the mains. They're going to try and take one of the mains, and they just had a punish over towards B main with the ult plan. Camo's had a quiet game, but he's owned this round.
Looks like they finally found their footing. Shadow in the right place at the right time. And just
big round, man. Right, good plan. They were just on top of the plan here. Big flash as well. Okay, nicely done from Koi. Dude, what a stacked map this was.
That they've deserved to win for
That was
quite
fun.
a while.
It was really, really fun.
They got it over the line.
Yeah, Camo showing up at just the last moment. Really rough map for him, but